All right, steady buddy, listen up. Story. Once upon a time, there was a developer with the world's most advanced digital hammer. He was an absolute master button pusher, but the rest of the construction site, it just sat there, totally idle. Today, we're going to talk about how to stop being that button pusher and start being a true system builder. Let's build. So just get this picture in your head. You've got this developer, right? And they have the latest, most powerful AI tool you can even imagine. It's this perfect digital hammer. One click, boom, code is generated. Another click, boom, copy is written. It really is like having a magic button for every single little task. Sounds pretty sweet, doesn't it? But, and this is a huge but, here's the problem. He spent his entire day just hitting individual nails, solving one tiny little task at a time. And all the while, the entire construction site, the actual bigger project, just sat there, completely unfinished. See, he had an amazing tool, but what he didn't have was a blueprint. And that right there is the whole point. Tools are great for solving tasks, but systems solve problems. So I've got to ask you straight up, which one are you? Are you the builder, the one with the master plan, or are you a really, really good button pusher? This is the core question we're going to unpack right now. And that leads us directly into this massive issue I see everywhere. I call it the tool-first mindset trap. It's kind of the default way most people are approaching AI, and honestly, it is a gigantic bottleneck holding them back. So what does this trap actually look like in the wild? Well, it's when you treat AI like it's just a collection of separate magic buttons. You got one for writing, another one for summarizing, maybe one for coding. This way of thinking leads companies right into something called pilot purgatory. That's where all these cool AI experiments happen, but they never ever become core parts of the business. The AI just becomes this fancy, hard-to-measure personal assistant, instead of the transformational force it's meant to be. Okay, so how do we get out of the trap? Simple. We need a new blueprint. We have to shift our entire way of thinking from these simple, reactive tools to something called cognitive architectures. And trust me, this is where things get really, really cool. So look at this. These are the 4 essential layers for building a real AI system. First up, hierarchical planning. This is where the system takes a huge goal and just breaks it down into smaller, bite-sized steps. Second, memory. It has to be able to remember what it's already done and hold on to that context. Third, tooling. This is crucial. It needs to actually interact with the outside world, APIs, databases, the whole shebang. And finally, number 4, execution. It has to be able to do the work all by itself. This thinking gives birth to a whole new discipline, Agentic Engineering. We are moving way beyond what I like to call vibe coding, which is basically just throwing random prompts at an AI and hoping for the best. No. Instead, we're engineering intelligent workflows or agents that can adapt, they can fix their own mistakes, and just keep on working until the mission is complete. Now, to make this idea crystal clear, I want you to think about an analogy that just perfectly captures this entire shift in thinking. It's the difference between hailing a taxi and hopping into an autonomous vehicle. Just look at this comparison. The old, reactive way, that's the taxi. You're in the back seat yelling, "Turn left here. Okay, now go straight. Hey, stop at the next light." The second you stop giving it instructions, the car stops. That's vibe coding. Now the agentic approach, that's the autonomous vehicle. You get in, you give it the final destination, and the system handles everything else. The route, the traffic, any obstacles. That is agentic engineering. You're providing the goal, not the turn-by-turn directions. See the difference? So what's the big payoff for thinking this way? Well, it's a complete transformation of your role. You literally stop being a user, and you become something so much more powerful. You become the agent boss. This quote just nails it. You're no longer just using AI like it's a simple app. No, you are orchestrating an entire digital workforce of these specialized agents. You become the architect, the strategist. You are the agent boss. And the impact on business, it's absolutely staggering. Companies that are actually adopting this systems thinking approach are freeing up 25 to 40% of their entire enterprise capacity. I mean, that is not a small efficiency gain. That is a fundamental, groundbreaking game changer for how work gets done. Period. So the new ecosystem, it looks something like this. We, the human hearts, we provide the vision, the strategy, the why. And the AI smarts, our autonomous agents, they handle the execution, the how. And together, we create this incredibly powerful, interconnected digital workforce. Okay, you get it. You're fired up, I can tell. So, what is the very first step you can take, like right now, to go from being a prompt writer to a system builder? Here is your mission should you choose to accept it. Go to Notebook LM and use this exact prompt. Ask for real-world examples in these really complex fields, like insurance claims or supply chain logistics. But don't just ask for a definition. Ask how these agentic workflows use task decomposition to solve problems that a single prompt could never even touch. This is how you start to think like a system builder. Now go build the machine. This right here is the new mantra. It's time to graduate. It's time to stop just talking to AI. It is time to start building with it. And if you want to keep building with us, well, you know what to do. If this just blew your mind, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Study Buddy with Notebook LM. We are dropping blueprints for this system revolution every single day. Now go out there and build something absolutely incredible. Stay agentic.